What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to episode 55 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Connected Franchise Mode here in Madden 20. Today, pretty big doubleheader. We have the bye week, but we have week 3 on the road against the Denver Broncos. And look at that matchup. Week 5, maybe the biggest game since we've gone to Tampa, on the road in Las Vegas. John Gruden returns home. We can't put way too much emphasis on that. We have to get through this Broncos game. We're 2-0. We've started off incredibly hot. We're going to have plenty of time to preview, to hype up, to plot our revenge for that Week 5 matchup during that Week 4 bye. But we need to focus and prioritize here Week 3. Because how much sweeter would it be going in to that Week 5 matchup, 3-0, undefeated on the season. So looking at where we're at right now, we're coming off the tail of two wins. Not dominant wins by any means, but pretty good wins. We did a little bit of scouting. This is the first week, week 3, that we're able to do some scouting. We just started more so in the secondary. I think that's a great spot to start. And we found some good value playmakers. At right outside linebacker, he's the only non-corner that we like, Jeremy Walker from Illinois State. The grades look fairly decent, and he is a scheme fit. But in the secondary, I do think we want to try to nab a corner, and all 3 of these players' skills look good. Tony Petway from Texas A&M is a 3rd-round grade with a 2nd-round talent. So that looks like pretty good value, and he's 21. We have Archemius Eugene from Washington State. Again, really good stats. B catching, B minus man, B minus play rec. I'm very surprised that he is only a 2nd-round talent. And we gotta wait to see the combine. He probably is gonna be really, really slow, but it still looks pretty good. Then we have Marion Weatherspoon from Florida State, FSU, trying to get back to being DBU, or at least one of the schools considered DBU, because I think right now it's pretty much LSU, Ohio State, in Florida. But he looks pretty solid out the rip. But this Archemius Eugene, I love guys with high catching. I think he's gonna be a special playmaker for us if we can end up drafting him. But we have to look forward right away to this game here against the Denver Broncos. They're 1-1. Looking at the kind of the big playmakers that they bring to the table. We got Chase Young. I mean, like I said, we're somewhat familiar because we played them twice a year when we were with the Raiders. But Chase Young, Von Miller, they got Brian Breezy, who was like arguably the #1 player from last year's draft. Caden Stearns, Brandon Brooks, formerly of the Eagles, Jonathan Taylor, Cortland Sutton, Bryce. Like, this is a really, really good roster. I see at face value we're at 82 and they're at 81, but this, I mean, obviously that Dallas game was pretty tough, but on paper, in terms of playmakers, in terms of X factors that can be absolute game changers, this might be our most difficult matchup of the year. So let's get into it, and hopefully we can go on that bye undefeated.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Here we go, man. I need you guys to vote in the comments right now. Should Tony Pollard be our starting back? I mean, if you watch Pink Slips, you know the damage he can do. Tony, I just wanted him to get more than just, 5, 6, 7 carries a game. I don't know, though. Because, I mean, Sanders got the superstar ability. He's doing fine. But, like, look, the inside zones are what we can utilize Pollard. He gets, like, 8 yards a carry. It's, like, watch this. I guarantee we're going to get at least... Look, we make a miss, and we get 5 yards. 4th and 1. I'm not even going for this strategically. I'm bored. It's been 3 and out. They get the ball. They chew the clock up. And we get fucking stuff. Oh. Embarrassing run blocking. Absolutely embarrassing run blocking. Tony P takes the nice little screen pass. Little dump up to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. Trying to get the first touchdown of the game at the dying moments of the first half. Derek. Let's go, Derek! I mean, Derek Carr has experience against the Denver Broncos in his time. Lots of games, lots of big-time battles when he was a member of the Raiders. And just like that, takes off, does it himself, and gets the opening touchdown of the game. And hey, he didn't get hit, too. I mean, anytime you run off with your quarterback, you're opening yourself to big injuries and getting untouched. I love O.J. Howard not blocking anyone. Appreciate that as well. Here we go, nice sack. Richard LeCoon coming off the edge. The Georgia product that should be enough to get us into halftime, and we get the ball to start off the second half. 2nd and goal, and oh man, I gotta make this change, man. I like, obviously we're getting, I'm not gonna be overreacting. It's just the run game in general is not working the best. Dare we slants, cheese it? I don't want to run slants because I know. It's really the best play call right now. 3rd and goal on the 3. We gotta change our game plan up though. We're trying to keep it balanced. I think we have like 16 runs to 15 passes, but they are sniffing out the runs fairly well. So we'll go Chris Godwin, easy touchdown, 14-3. Bucks go up. That is my one slant cheese I will call in this game. Hitting these guys just dinking, dunking all the way down the field. I mean, 5-6 yards every single time. It's so repetitive. They got good blocking there. Jonathan Taylor in for the score. 14-10. There's a fumble, and there's the tide has turned. You know, it's not been a cheesy game, but you know, there's Madden doesn't want you to go 16-0. When you're undefeated, anytime you get a winning streak, things like this happen. God, this is embarrassing. Get home. There we go. Anthony Jennings on 3rd and 3 after Teddy Bridgewater had an eternity. Gets the sack, and at least after the fumble, we can hold to a field goal attempt. Shank it. Shank it. Tied game.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
We go. O.J. Howard, nice grab. I think that's Josie Jewell in coverage. I'll take that matchup all day long.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
20 at the backfield. He's too fast. He's too fast. I've made him RB1 just because Trey Sanders too slow behind the line of scrimmage for this game because they're living in the backfield, Von Miller and company. So we have Tony Pollard getting even more snaps. And I mean, out the backfield, you already know it's deadly. These slow-ass linebackers. Josie Jewell, he has like, what, 80 speed? He's not going to keep up with the 95 pace of Tony Pollard. Go-ahead touchdown, Bucks early in the 4th quarter. To a man, we should be able to shot. I mean, they got some good wide receivers. KJ Hamler, Cortland Sutton. But give us just a second, and Anthony Jennings, his 2nd sack of the game. Maybe a breakout performance finally from the Alabama, highly touted Alabama edge rusher. 4th and 22, offense gets the ball back. That is a great pass rush. Teddy Bridgewater, he's seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold. And that ghost is the ghost of Christmas present, Anthony Jennings. Oh my God, Godwin, not really a slants cheese, but still kind of a slants cheese. Godwin in coverage, Caden Stearns again, just picking apart the best matchups available. 3rd touchdown on the game for Derek Carr. As that probably seals. That's a great throw though, and full credit to the offensive line. Give it Derek Carr enough time to let that full play develop. All right, bend don't break. 3rd and goal. They take their time, man. They took way too long trying to put this drive together. Devin White in space. There's the big tackle. He slows him down. That is going to be 4th and goal. They have to go for it. We're dialing up the same play. Let's go blitz again. Where's Devin? This is like the same play. Where's Devin White? That's who I want to control. Whatever. We'll go David Reese. We'll bring the blitz. And again, Devin White stranded out there on coverage. Was not a great play call. And that's KJ Hamler with the touchdown. Talented Penn State wide receiver. Okay, they kind of have a chance. Final play of the game. What can Teddy try to muster here? He doesn't have a lot of arm strength, so we should be able to just bat that one away. Very nice. Made that game a little more difficult than what I expected. Pretty much regardless of what the level of the Denver Broncos is, going to Mile High Stadium is always going to be tough, especially when you're a team from Florida. Even in September, October, it's still very, very cold. But we managed to remain undefeated, 28-21. We hold, I guess you could say we held them off. Very, very good performance from Derek Carr. I'll take that. Staple performance. 91% completion percentage. We kept it clean. 21 of 23, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns. You can see just the difference, the juice Tony Pollard gave from this backfield. Carr had the rushing touchdown. On a receiver standpoint, 7 catches, 83 yards for O.J. Howard. Godwin had 2 touchdowns. Pollard had 52 yards and a tutty. Evans, 61 yards. And pretty much every one of Mike Evans' catches went for a first down as we knock out the Denver Broncos 28-21 as we get ready for the bye week. Another week of scouting. That's how we start the bye, and we found ourselves a stud. Ruben Wood from Southern Miss, 4th round projection. The skills, B+ pursuit, B tackle, B power move, 1st round talent. 6'3", 290, scheme fit. I can already tell you right now we're getting that guy. That guy looks like an absolute baller. Might as well do some housekeeping before this huge Week 5 game. So during the bye, we have some big players that want some new contracts. First off, Chris Godwin He's a baller, absolute monster. One hold him on. 32, little old, but that's not a terrible deal if you will take that. O.J. Howard's going to be the tough one because we do have a very suitable replacement at tight end in Jake Ferguson, and he essentially wants, a third less. And is there really that much of a difference? OJ's probably going to start to regress soon. It is, we'll wait on that one. We're not gonna initially go for him. Shakatoni, I haven't even seen him make a play yet, so let's wait and see there. Derek Carr, 1-year deal. I mean, right now things are looking good. Let's wait and see. Tony Parr, when that's ready to go, you better believe we're gonna be extending him. But outside of that, man, there's nothing too much. The big top priority is gonna be Chris Godwin, and hopefully next week before the Raiders match up, we can get him locked up for that 4-year deal. There we go. We upped his salary by like $500,000 and able to lock in Chris Godwin for another 4 years. Our boy Tony Pollard, 3-year deal. A little bit longer. I mean, he's fast, but at 30, he's probably going to start getting regression, but he's so damn good. At this point, we got to lock him up. And here we are, week 5, the game I've been waiting for since we had to get essentially traded, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's Bucks. It's Raiders. It's the John Gruden revenge game. And boy, oh boy, are we at different ends of the spectrum. Raiders come in 0-3, looking for their first win of the season. How sweet would it be for John Gruden to keep his team undefeated at 4-0 and look at the Raiders be one of the worst teams in the league? Look at what's going on with the Raiders. What's going on with our beloved Raiders? We have Derek Carr in the saddle here. He's played very well. 77% completion percentage, playing turnover-free football. He, along with everyone else, is going to be up for this game. And even maybe more so Derek Carr. A little bit of a revenge against that entire organization. The front office that's still doing their thing. Look, they got Trevor Lawrence. He's playing, statistically, 5 touchdowns, 58% completion percentage. Rushing, they got Josh Jacobs. Not bad. CeeDee Lamb. All the familiar faces are still there. John Ross, that speed. I'm not going to lie. I'm really, really worried about that. We know we're going to be able to dominate that offensive line. That offensive line is terrible. Who do they still have? Trent Brown still there. 4 sacks. Connor Williams is still there. These guys were terrible. Defensively, they got Abrams, Tank, Van Der Esch. I don't think they really have anyone new. But look, they have no sacks through 3 games. No interceptions through 3 games. And with how well Derek Carr has been playing, I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair that he can flex his muscles. Because right now, technically speaking, he's the passing yards. He's last in the league in passing yards. So maybe this is time we kind of let him go loose here without being too crazy. We don't want to get turnover happy. You don't want to make this game more. It means a lot, but we don't want to make it so much that we put ourselves in positions to make mistakes. So you look at the roster. This is still our team. They're still juiced to the gills with X factors. Van Der Esch, Trevor Lawrence, Mo Hurst, CeeDee Lamb, Abrams, John Ross. They have Cleveland Ferrell, Josh Jacobs, Riddick, and Hargraves as their superstars. It's a real good team. It's a real good team on paper, but they don't have the coaching. They don't have the leadership that we are going to have, that we're going to walk in against this 89 overall Vegas Raiders team, and we are gonna, in the biggest revenge game all year, this game's going to be flexed into prime time. We are not going to let them get their first win of the season against us. Let's get it. Come on, Derek. Let's go, Derek. Big D. You Big D. You want to find Big Mike? Woo-woo. Let's go, man. I think we can get 3-4 touchdowns here today. Oh, my God. Mike Evans hits I've never seen him do a move ever. A stick move, and he hits the spin move out of nowhere. Gain of 24. Oh, my God. And then Sanders. He got demoted on our depth chart to running back 2. And just like that, 54 yards, Trey Sanders on a little surprise C4 special out of midfield. 1st and goal, Bucks. Go Tony P. Tony P, simple. Easy does it. Great run blocking. This is a revenge game for a damn reason. We are gonna skunk them. We are gonna skunk the Vegas Raiders. Let's have him running for his life. I'm gonna blitz so much, knowing that's the weakness of the offensive line. Afferty Jennings, his 3rd sack this episode, 3rd and mile for the Raiders. There's O.J. Howard, simple, soft-ass coverage as per usual from the Raiders. And there's our first touchdown of the game for Derek Carr. Great touchdown for O.J. Howard, who we got to really make a tough decision about whether or not we extend the 29-year-old tight end. Was it a 3-year deal, 4-year deal? What do you guys think? Should we try to retain O.J. Howard? Is his play right there on that touchdown indicative of what he's going to bring, even at a veteran age, to this Bucs squad? Oh, come on. Got too comfortable. That defense played that entire drive like this game was going to be a rout. Maybe we got coach up on the sideline. Maybe we're just getting a little too full of ourselves here. As the check down to Josh Jacobs, no one's even there. That's really bad defending. Oh, first and 10 in the red zone. Mike Evans gets his ass in for the just retaliation score. We saw how easy, like a knife through warm butter. On that last drive, the Vegas Raiders went through our defense, so we responded as such. Oh, there you go. Oh, didn't count. Cool, didn't count. Still, our defense has fallen apart here in the second quarter, whatever you want to call it. There you go. There you have it. It's going to turn into a shootout. Our defense doesn't mean anything in Madden, but still kind of frustrating. Sanders is angry. Oh, Mike Evans wide open, uses that X Factor ability. And I think that CJ Anderson doesn't stand a chance. He's slow. Mike Evans might be old. Might be a little slow. But that's impossible to cover, man. We got that. It's about time. Very rarely have we been able to use our X Factors. Maybe that's an indictment of how bad I am at this game. But when we do get the X Factors, we get them firing on all cylinders. And we're going to go early and often. Great touchdown. Great response. Oh my God, he's ran right past him. Mike Evans and his X Factor's unstoppable right now. Where is this? We haven't seen this at all during any point since we've been with the Bucs. And then, of course, against the Raiders, he gets a hat trick in the first half. I haven't seen a performance this dominant since Derek Carr and Antonio Brown were lighting it up for the Raiders. Oh. Oh, come on, juice. O.J. Howard, forced fumble, Van Der Esch, recovered by Abram. Gotta admit, I missed that combination. This is a very, very tired Raiders defense. Tony Pollard brings it up into the red zone. But you can see before the snap, they're all panting. They're gassed. This is only going to be good for another touchdown for the Bucs. I want to go for it. Like I said, this is a damn near rivalry game. I like with our matchups. I like Jake Ferguson, the tight end. He can probably get open, and he doesn't stay in bounds. Hey, look, maybe there's the proof. O.J. Howard over Ferguson. O.J. Howard would have stayed in bounds there. Ferguson can't. Maybe we have to re-sign O.J.
Fatality.
Oh my. CeeDee Lamb, big play, terrible tackling. Again, top priority in that draft, no matter what I say. I'm scouting every corner in the draft. We have got to get better. Like, that is not good enough. That was our free agent signing to Thomas Graham, the 78 star dev corner. That's horrible. Just got embarrassed by CeeDee Lamb. I don't think I'm slants cheese. If I have slants cheese, take my apology, but I don't think I'm slants cheese yet. So that's about time to slants cheese it right there in the red zone. I think that's touchdown number 5 on the day for Derek Carr. Oh, come on. Let's get 6. Let's get 6. That's the tackling I remember from that Vegas Raiders defense. O.J. Howard, I think that's his second touchdown of the day. 6th touchdown for Derek Carr. And are we going to go for 2 to try to make it 50 bomb? Hell yeah. Banana bread at work, dude? Hell yeah, dude. What are we going to do? Mike Evans, slants across the middle? Maybe. Sure, why not? There's the 50 bomb. With how our defense is playing, we might get the ball back yet again. There we go. Up to the 5. Burn a timeout. That's 500 yards passing. I mean, we came to this game with an agenda. I was going to, as much as I possibly could, try to finesse this matchup. I'm going for slant. I want to break the record. I feel like that's even more than, he did it with slants. Breaking the record, or at least tying it. We're 7. On we go! Hell yeah! In the revenge game, Derek Carr has just tied. I might go onside to see if we can break it. Has just tied the single game record for touchdown passes, with 7 connecting with Chris Godwin with a slant in the end zone. And maybe, Dan Quinn? They replaced us with Dan Quinn? The best, the most important, maybe outside of a Super Bowl, or even some of the playoff games. This might have been the most important episode, and we put it all together. We put I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 other performances that can even rival this one in the entirety in the 54, 55 episodes we have done. But in terms of impactfulness and in terms of meaningfulness, dropping not only 57 points, but tied with 7 touchdowns, over 500 yards for Derek Carr. This is not just a revenge game for John Gruden. This is a revenge game for Derek Carr in the home that used to be our home. This is the most perfect victory you could ask for. 510 yards, 7 touchdowns for Derek Carr. I think we might have only had maybe even one game. I think we probably had a couple 5s, a couple 6s where we had AB going off. But this is like full kudos to Mike Evans. We would not have even been close. We probably would have had 3 or 4 touchdowns. But Mike Evans with that X factor was literally getting wide open on almost every play. We need to get him more focused on getting him into the X factors. And then you maybe say spreading the ball around, trying to get Chris Godwin involved, trying to get Pollard involved. Sometimes you just gotta feed your X factors, and this is the results. X factors are super cheesy. And this is the game that, my God, I'm not lactose intolerant. Give me that extra cheese. Give me that stuffed crust, because we need this win. This is a revenge. When you go to 4-0, we're undefeated. 7 touchdowns for Derek Carr. Look at the run. They couldn't even stop the run. 82 yards and a tutty for Tony Pollard. 110 yards for Trey Sanders. Receiving 12 catches. 212 yards, 4 touchdowns, Mike Evans. Earlier in the week, he came to me. He was a frustrated wide receiver. He better be happy after this week. We got 173 and 2 for O.J. Howard. Tony Pollard, 7 for 54. We had 48 and a tutty for Godwin. Pretty much everyone ate except Anthony Schwartz. Only 2 sacks given up, which is good. They have a great defensive line there. Mo Hurst didn't even sniff the quarterback. 2 sacks for Anthony Jennings, a sack for Shakatoni, Wooden, Vea, and Devin White. So that's 2, 4. That's 6 tackles, sacks on the game. A couple TFLs there as well, but this is as impressive, as dominant of a performance that I could have asked for. Almost 700 yards of total offense in the biggest revenge game in the history of Madden 20. So that's another episode where we have yet to taste a defeat. 4-0, tops of the NFC South. Only thing Atlanta's looking really damn good. And look at that, man. Next doubleheader, we got a divisional game up next, week 6 against Carolina. And then we finally get back home as we take on the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, he's pretty damn good. But we got a player of the week. You couldn't ask for a better game that's all. I'm so glad. So many times, you look at any videos I do, like rebuilds, anytime something's like this would be awesome if this one situation could happen. It doesn't happen in Madden franchise. This is the one time, and my prayers were answered. And we got this. 34 of 44, 510 yards, 7 passing touchdowns for Derek Carr in his revenge game, in everyone's revenge game against the Las Vegas Raiders. It's perfect. It's sometimes it just works out that way, and we're 4-0, man. We are undefeated, and we took this team as like another year of a rebuild, right? And we might be pulling like at in real life right now 49ers from worst to first, 4-0 right now. I don't see any team that can stop us. I'm gonna be complete. That Atlanta game could be interesting. Everyone in the NFC South is pretty competitive. 3 wins, 4 wins. But this is a big week 6. We have to win the division. John Gruden, that's John Madden. And now you gotta win the division to make the playoffs. But with how competitive the NFC South is, it's even more imperative this year that we win all. I don't even care if we lose from here on out the rest of our outer division games. As long as we win within the division, with this 4-0 start, we should be able to control our own destiny and get into the playoffs. We have a Super Bowl pedigree, Super Bowl winning, 2-time Super Bowl winning head coach. So, if anyone can steer this ship towards a Super Bowl title as an unlikely underdog, it would be John Gruden. But 4-0 is a fantastic start, and winning 57, dropping that 50 bomb on the Raiders in the revenge game. There's not a better way we can end this episode. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit when you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game like, who are you stopping? Not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent.